friends. Welcome to the first episode of Unwritten Rules of the Road for 2026. I am joined today by my amazing, wonderful friend, John, who is the creative director behind Das Bunker here in LA. We're doing a really special episode live in person, which is such a treat. I never get to do this. John, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. Glad I could be here live in person.
Yes.
Took the private jet in.
Yes. So first of all, congratulations on the 30th anniversary of Das Bunker. That is incredible.
Thank you. We're old. You feel it some of these times, but it's nice to be able to keep going and keep doing our thing and demonstrate it for a new audience, new generation.
I think that's like, gosh, I mean, from when you started out, did you even imagine that it would be going for this long?
Oh God, no, nothing went that long,
Yeah.
Even the things that were successful beyond any imagination of us ever getting to their level had always kind of petered out or ended for one reason or another. So it's just with nightlife being so chaotic, it's actually kind of crazy to think about that we survived at least the early 2000s when stuff was really weird.
What was the early 2000s like in LA like that?
It was just a lot of, it's like when the, how do I say this? The environment changed a lot, like in the nightclubs, when everybody kind of did the shift into bottle service and EDM, that kind of took over everything. So there wasn't a lot of space for the alternative clubs to exist anymore. So, we kind of got banished to sports bars and Wednesday nights places and anyone that would have us off nights at gay clubs.
So I guess in the peak of that, what made you keep going?
Probably just being stubborn.
I love it.
But I mean, you know how it is. It's a lot of the music that we like didn't really have a platform, and so if we didn't keep doing what we were doing, there would be no platform for it.
And we are all very grateful that you have kept that going. I think that's really amazing, and it's allowed artists like myself to be able to have a platform. And I think especially, gosh, LA it's such a huge city and such a huge scene, and I don't know, to have the courage to be like, I'm gonna do this.
There definitely wasn't courage. I think it was dumb, but once you get going, you just kind of, okay, I have to see this through, and let's keep doing this. And it's, for me, the most enjoyable thing is when you start working with somebody on the small level and they start to see success, and you kind of can feel your place in that success a little bit, and it's kind of what keeps us going.
That's amazing. I don't know, and I just, off the cuff, in the last year, have there been certain highlights where you're like, this is why I'm doing this?
Everything since the pandemic's been weird, so I don't know if I would, it's not the same as it used to be, and it's kind of hard to place it into a historical perspective.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of excited about what we have coming up this year, because it's allowing us to kind of look a little bit farther back at what we've done and how we've done things, and rather than doing one giant 30th anniversary event, we're doing a series of smaller events that kind of mimic how we would have done things in the past, and I think that's going to be really enjoyable.
That's amazing. I love that you're looking forward and looking back at the same time. So
hope I don't trip.
Yes, time traveling. Can you share some of the things that are coming up?
No, absolutely not.
Please.
The thing that I've been focused on for the past couple months is we have that big show with Covenant coming up, and we're not allowed to call it an anniversary for them, but they're calling it their 1986 to 2026 tours, which is 40 years of the band.
Wow.
So they have they'll have a lot of things to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of material to cover, but it's, their story is so unique and interesting that, I'm really happy that we can be part of that.
That's amazing. I saw them in San Diego when they played with Dismantled.
Okay.
And just, I was so blown away. Just incredible, like really incredible. So that's going to be a really special show. Yeah. When is that going to be?
March 13th.
March 13th.
So that's kind of the main focus at the moment.
Nice. That's really exciting. Is there any other shows in particular, or are you just kind of staying focused on that one?
Immediately after that, we're doing a show with, not immediately, like a month later, with Suicide Commando, who are coming through probably to the U.S. for the last time. It's kind of like right before their visas expire, and the way it's set up for artists to get visas right now or not get visas is they're a little bit discouraged about potential future, and so we're going to be hosting them one last time, and I'm pretty excited for that too. But trying to keep my excitement in chronological order, so
I feel
so
like
things get the proper amount of attention.
I feel like the fact that you have been able to do this for 30 years, there is definitely some wisdom in pacing. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird to plan things a year in advance and then not get excited for them, and then if you get excited too prematurely, you'll kind of lose your enthusiasm. So it's just trying to put it in the back of my head, like, here's the thing, like in 6 months we're going to start getting excited about this other thing.
Yeah, I like that. I feel like it is definitely about pacing, because as well, like, you have shows and events throughout the whole year. Yeah.
I mean, it's probably not too unsimilar to like a record where it's you're excited about it while you're recording it and mixing it, and then you have to turn around and get everyone else excited for it when it's out, pressed and released, which is probably like sometimes a year and a half later.
Yeah, that's true. It's funny because you sit on songs for a while, and then like 2 years later they're out in the world, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh yeah, this is new for you.
I also do a lot of I concept things pretty far out, so I always have a notepad of ideas. Like, hey, here's something that's like in my head right now, like might not come to fruition ever, or might not come out for 2 years.
I love your concepts. They are so brilliant.
I like to be able to think about them for a minute to see
Yeah.
if like to see how they'll fit into the world and what's going on and the current trends, and see if they like hopefully fit into an emerging trend.
Yeah. So it's like you have like sort of an incubation period that you're able to like.
In the back of my brain.
Yes. So.
In my Google Docs.
Back of the brain / Google Docs. I have my growing list myself. Yeah, very, very helpful. I think that, like, I don't know, it's interesting because I feel like you've had so many different layers of creativity through your DJing, incredible DJ. And also, like, the nights that you put together. And I mean, I loved your venue complex that you had as well.
I did too, but I'm glad that it's in the past.
Yes.
It was a lot. Like, I don't recommend anybody ever open a small music venue. It's, if you like music.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's like anything else where the world sees the part that's exciting and that they think is interesting, but people don't see the what you're there doing during the day and the things you have to do to stay open, pay the bills. It's by the time Complex closed, I didn't listen to music for enjoyment for like 2 years afterwards.
Wow.
And so it was nice to be able to kind of like use streaming again and like listen to records. It was I kind of enjoyed rediscovering things.
Yeah.
Hey, I used to like this.
Yeah. It was a really intense venture. I mean, I've talked to other people who've had venues that have shared something similar where it's really intense and so much work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the nightly pressure of it might just be another show for you, but for the artist playing it, that's their show, and it takes a lot to get everybody on the same page and to funnel everyone to get similar effort and enthusiasm levels. Like it's a show every night.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And for the patrons too, like they're coming to see a performance, and you have to deliver, a top-notch performance every night.
I think that's true if you truly care about it, which you do.
Yeah, I've been doing it long enough. I have to.
I mean, not technically. I mean, there are definitely people that don't, but you are an example of a person that does.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about them.
It's yeah. So I was wondering, actually, like, it seems like you've really like channeled your focus and your energy towards promotion. Would you say that's like something that you feel like is one of your primary passions?
Yeah, there was a point a long time ago where I recognized there was like a fork, and I had to focus on a certain area because you can't multitask like full time. You know, promoter needs to be full time, and you have to be a DJ. You have to focus on it full time, and if you're going to be in a band, you need to focus on it full time. And I looked at the landscape of how the city was at the time, which I think is fairly similar. And I thought I was like, there's a fairly decent number of pretty good DJs in town, but there are not a lot of very good promoters in town. So I think that's where I'll be able to make a difference.
Yeah, and you do. Okay, so we were starting to talk about this before we started the stream, but I was wondering, like, if you could share like how you approach promotion, like what you think a promoter does.
It's kind of like what's the main guy in the circus called? You know,
The ringleader.
yes, the ringleader is
Yes,
kind of
yes.
what it feels like. You know, everything from concepting the event out to finding the location to you have to put together a rough idea of how many people you think are going to come to it and who's going to come to it, like what your target audience is, and craft a marketing plan and art direct, you know, the assets, the graphics, and the posters and the advertising and things like that, and then do the booking. And you know, if it all comes together, then you have a good party.
Yeah. Well, do you do promotions primarily digitally, or do you also do physical media as well when you promote?
I will do selective physical, but it's mostly digital these days. It's, you know, it's so much easier and more effective than the unfortunate amount of time that everybody spends on their phones. It's, you know, you have to get the people to their phones or you're not going to have any success.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's true. You know, you were talking too about like, you know, and you were saying it very casually, but I'm like, these are all like monumental things, like finding the venue, and you mentioned visa earlier. With certain artists that are international, you have to like navigate that.
Yeah, there's going to be a big drop off of international artists soon.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where I'm so grateful that you've been able to bring in the artists that you have. Suicide Commando is going to be amazing.
I hope so.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, if a person were to want to start getting into promoting, you know, I know you've mentioned in the past, like just working with other people, assisting them. Is that kind of a good way to get started?
Yeah, it's, you know, it's kind of like, I guess it's interning somewhere is kind of the easiest path these days. I mean, I would not recommend getting into this. It's an easy way to kind of like, it's similar to the saying of don't meet your idols, because you definitely have to see the ugly side of the industry, and that can definitely turn a lot of people off.
Yeah.
It's but yeah, if you're determined to get into it, go get an entry level job at a venue or a promotion company or an internship. It's, you know, and you can move up fairly quickly.
Yeah, gotcha. I think I mean, especially in certain cities that have a really active music community, it's easier to find like people that are already doing the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would recommend that people go get a boring day job and then enjoy their music in their free time.
Yeah. Well, for artists that are wanting to start out specifically in LA, whether they're touring or local, you know, it's different in every city, but specifically in LA, like, what advice would you give to an artist like that wants to get a show?
And I would seek out the DIY promoters, because they tend to take they'll tend to take chances on newer acts that don't have proven draws or followings, just, you know, based on vibes.
Yeah.
And that's, if you have one or two of those goes well, it's the community hears about it, and so it's yeah, that's what I would recommend.
I really love it. I mean, I have found so much like incredible resources through the DIY community, you know, in different cities.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a very solid pathway for sure.
And even if you go on TikTok, you can find like accounts that do guides to different DIY venues in like throughout the country, and you can put together an OK tour if that's what your goal is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, from your vantage point, would you say that playing shows is something that can be valuable to artists, or would you say like staying kind of more digital can be something that can also just if like an artist, for instance, doesn't want to go through the touring circuit?
I've seen artists be successful with this, but for the most part, I don't think it's a very good path.
Yeah.
Because the easiest, you're going to make that visceral in-person impression on people that's hard to get through your phone or YouTube or whatever,
Yeah.
Instagram.
It's true. I mean, there is really something magical about the live music experience, the community.
Yeah, when the kick drum hits you in the air from the kick drum hits you in the chest is like a feeling that you can't recreate sitting on your couch.
Yeah,
Or in your car.
absolutely. Absolutely. Or the actual like people, you know, that are there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I first met you actually at Kinetic Festival.
Oh, wow.
I
In the
know.
olden days.
Yes. It was my first show with System Sin. And I just remember, like, I didn't know anybody. I was super shy and nervous, and you made me feel so welcome, like, right away. And I love that you've brought that ethos into Das Bunker. Would you say that's, like, kind of always been the way you've navigated? Just
I mean, if
being
somebody's
collaborative?
curious about our community and what we're doing, it doesn't seem like why not be welcoming to them? It's kind of how I look at it is you want to give people a positive experience because they'll want to come back.
Yeah. Well, clearly,
Yeah.
I have continued.
And we're still here.
Yes, yes. But that is something I did notice, you know, immediately when I went to my first Das Bunker event was just how people just were very welcoming, you know. I feel like that's probably a really big part of when you want to grow a community is,
For us being in our weird location that we were in for so long that's now popular, just getting there was kind of like if somebody had gone through the effort to find this place and get inside it, like you could kind of tell that they weren't necessarily part of the community yet, but they were curious enough that where you knew that they were not like going to be a problem.
yeah. Like they actually had to go through the rabbit hole and
Yes,
make the decision.
exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
The dark street and
Yes.
standing in line and
It's a whole thing. Yes. Yeah. So I think that's something, if anybody has never actually had the experience of going to one of these events, just to know that it's not as scary as you think.
Exactly.
Yes.
Not just here. I think it's the same everywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's true of like the live music community as in large, you know. I mean, of course, you'll meet the occasional, you know, bad apples, but for the most part,
Every
feel
scene
like
has them.
every scene has them, but yeah,
You can't let that be your definitive experience.
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's interesting because, you know, having been such a long-standing, you know, entity, would you say you've shifted gears in terms of how you approach like promotion?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Many times.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you kind of have to fit into the way everything's working. Like, you know, I don't particularly like dealing with the meta advertising back end. Like, I find it soul sucking.
Yeah.
But it's the most efficient way to connect to your customers.
Yeah.
And it's you know, like after this, I'm gonna go home and craft a big marketing email for something we're announcing tomorrow, and it's I'm you know not very excited about doing that, but it's just part of what we do. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if it were me, I would be handing out flyers on street corners still. Like I thought that's how you meet your customers. That's how you can judge people's excitement level. Like you hand them a flyer, they look at it, their eyes get big, or they look at it, throw it on the ground. That's your, you know, boots on the ground, instant gratification or instant reaction. Like you know what the thoughts are going to be on the event.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that part.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, it'll be interesting to see like 5 and 10 years from now, how that'll shift. Who knows?
Watch someone else do it.
I know. I don't know. I mean, I feel like you were mentioning, like you really do have to have a love for it, to continue to do what you do.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have like different ways that you discover new music now?
It's unfortunately a lot of just algorithms, but also following other people I know that whose tastes are aligned with mine and aligned with what we want to do as a brand.
Yeah.
And it's just, check out everything is the answer. Like every one of those Bandcamp notifications on my phone, like on Fridays I'll get thousands of them, but I usually go check most of them out. And you'll find some cool stuff, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
There's so much music out there. Like, I think people put out too much music, is my opinion. Like, I know the industry thing for a minute was feed the algorithm, release a new song every month, or something like that. But it's too much. Your fans are not going to like every one of your songs. There's nothing for them to latch on to or get excited about it. You want people to, when they see your artist name pop up and like, hey, there's a new song, to get excited about it. And I just feel when that happens on a semi-weekly or monthly schedule, you don't have enough time to miss it.
That's very true. That's very true. I think it's true of touring as well. Like,
oh yes, absolutely.
yeah.
It's like the whole local band thing is play all the time until you don't have to play all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think yeah, gosh, I mean, I feel like we pressure ourselves to just get out there and do the thing. And I think there's definitely a lot of wisdom to just like kind of giving not just other people space, but yourself, just a space to be like, let me just take a beat here,
Yeah, it's not just let your artist entity take a breather, but also like take a breather in life
Yeah.
You don't have to constantly be on.
Yeah. I really appreciate that. I've had some mentors that have, said like, go to a museum, do things that feed your soul.
Yeah, read a book.
Read a book.
I have a friend lately that's gotten almost essentially off her phone and she's doing a whole curriculum of reading the classic Gothic horror novels, and our only communication lately has just been photos of whatever book she picked up at like the local bookstore, and it's always like, some Edgar Allan Poe or something.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
And I think she's having a very excellent time with it.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. I'm like, I might have to follow in those footsteps.
Yeah, just find something that's going to get you excited and dive into it, and hopefully it doesn't involve your phone.
I was curious actually, because I know like how hard you work on, putting together events. Like what are ways that you recover? Like, how do you feed your soul actually after putting together these really large events?
The day after the event is always like a depressive zone. Like, it's just whether it went great or not. Even if it went fabulous, you're going from what feels like the entire world wanting to talk to you, like leading up to the event, your phone. On the week of an event, I'll get 200, maybe 300 texts a day.
Wow.
And then the day after the event, none.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of like, hey, nobody cares about me after the event happened, which
Yeah.
isn't the case, but it's like you don't have anything urgent to deal with. And so I just try and decompress, I guess is the best way. Like,
Yeah.
do something pick something that'll make you feel better. Just go get a massage or go for a long walk, or
Yeah.
I like to get facials.
Mm-hmm. I think that's important. I feel like that's something that can get missed, talking about the overdoing of things.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And it's also like why we do the events infrequently. It's, we were running into a problem when we were doing the events regularly that regardless of what we had going on, how cool it was or whatever, or what else was going on that wasn't, in our opinion, equally as cool, people would go, oh, well, I'm going to go to this thing that's happening this time because I know we can go to Dust Bunker next time because it'll be in a week or in a month.
Right.
And so we shifted to our 3 times a year model, where it's we want people to be intentional with wanting to come to our events, and it allows us to put more time and effort into crafting it and to booking it and promoting it, and hopefully to get people to attend them. And I think it works.
I really like the idea of being really intentional with it too. Yeah.
It also gives space between them to do other things. Like this year, we're doing a couple. Actually, announcing tomorrow, we're doing a series of 3 events where we go back to our original location in Long Beach. It's like 180-person capacity. So I expect all 3 of those to sell out fairly quickly.
Wow.
We might be doing a party on a boat.
That's
Still
all
up in the
sounds
air.
amazing.
Yeah. Just different things that engage the community, but are not just like the same dance club at the same place, the same music.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of facets to the scene, and we'd like to celebrate as many of them as we can.
I love that you get really creative. I was actually curious if you have ever had an interest in making music yourself.
Oh no, absolutely not.
No.
I determined a long time ago that that's not my path.
Yeah.
I see a lot of other promoters who make music that's what I feel is mediocre,
Yeah.
and their patrons kind of pretend to like it, and I don't want to ever have to have my friends or patrons pretend to like my music because they like coming to my events.
That's fair.
And also, I feel like my strength is in the support.
Yeah.
Let me organize the party. Like, you can be the party.
I think that's really powerful, but again, I mean, you still are exercising your creativity in different ways.
Yeah, I enjoy crafting the marketing plan, and like, here's how we're gonna make this look cool, and here's be cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here's finding the artist that fits the different event perfectly. It's like we talked a little bit about Moon 17, and I think that they so we have them playing with Covenant, and so they both tie in because they both Moon 17 is essentially like a sci-fi EBM project, and Covenant got started essentially as like a Blade Runner tribute act.
I just
and so
love
there's a lot of
that.
connection there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's going to be such a good pairing. Yeah. Really, really good show. I'm excited for it. Yes. Do you find that like I mean, I know that you put a lot of thought into putting it together, but this is a question about mistakes. Like sometimes have you had like things where you've put it together and you're like, ooh, I'm not really sure, or certain. Yes.
The almost all of them is when you do something successful and you're like, hey, this was great, let's do it again.
Yeah.
And it's you can never really replicate something exactly, and it's we did a multi-day event for our 20th anniversary that went really well. And so we were like, hey, our ice in the venue was like, let's do this again. And so the 21st anniversary was a lot more difficult to line up, because when you're booking with people, you can't go, hey, come play our 21st anniversary. It doesn't have the same ring to it, and it's things get more expensive quickly, and it's you have the expectations of the original super successful event.
Yeah.
Fresh in the minds of the attendees, and it doesn't feel the same. So try to not replicate. Anytime I've had like things that I've just going, I kind of wish I didn't do this, it's usually when I'm trying to copy something that was successful that I'd done previously.
Gosh, that is actually really solid advice for artists as well.
Just move forward.
Just move forward. Yeah.
Stay true to your vision, but move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's something that can be sometimes difficult to let go of, because I think humans are just creatures of habit,
Oh yeah, and it's also, there's a lot of data out there that if something worked, do it again.
Yeah.
But it's art, and art's emotional, and it doesn't always play along to the numbers as people think they would.
It's true. It's really true. Yeah. Reinvention is hard, but I think it's...
I don't think you have to reinvent. I think you just have to do something that's not replicating exactly what you did before.
Yeah. So how do ideas come to you? Is this kind of out of the blue, or?
Yeah, sometimes out of the blue. Melatonin dreams are pretty good. No, seriously, it's just like looking at, like, I try to get inspo from what's happening. So I'll look at other parties, I'll look at music that's coming out and be like, hey, how do we make this interesting? Like, into an interesting event.
Yeah.
How do I get people excited about this?
I love that. Yeah, I think it's like, especially if you have a real idea of like, gosh, I mean, it's a big vision thing, but just like how a whole group of people might respond to something.
Yeah.
You know?
And so a lot of it is, how do I get little pockets of excitement and turn that into like a movement?
Yeah. Yeah, that is no small feat. I mean, again, like especially in, I think larger cities. I mean, I speak as a person who grew up in a small town.
No
And
farmers
so,
markets.
yes, no farmers markets where I grew up. We were talking about farmers markets before and how much I love them. But yeah, like it's just, a larger city, it seems like almost overwhelming when I think about like how there's so much going on,
That is really, I worry about that and think about that all the time.
Yeah.
Because I'll have conversation with other people and they'll be like, hey, what else is going on that's conflicting that night? I was like, literally everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of why I steer away from doing events in the summer. Because not only are you competing with all the other entertainment aspects,
Yeah.
you're competing with the beach, with the sun, with day drinking, with people's pools, with
True.
hikes. Like,
True.
because if you go on a hike all day or like go hang out at the pool, you're not going out at night.
Yeah.
You're just not.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely true. I mean, I remember when you were giving me some advice about like, here's some great times to tour, and times that you shouldn't be.
Yeah. Stay away from October, stay away from May.
Yeah. I've learned this the hard way. Oh my gosh, how many tours I've had where it's like, okay, these three artists are like literally the same tour at the same time. Yeah.
I will always remember that day that V&V Nation played the same day as Skinny Puppy.
Oh, okay.
Like a mile apart.
Wow. How did the shows do?
I think they both did okay.
Okay. Definitely a testament to the community.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, I think that the Live Nation marketing data told them that it would be okay, and it was, but
Yeah.
it's not a Sophie's choice that I was excited about making.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. There's been so many times I've had similar where people are like, oh, this show is going on tonight,
What's bad is when it's like 4 like smaller DIY shows, and you're just like, hey, I would love to see all 4 of these bands, but they're all playing the same time at different corners of town, and it's.
Yeah. So when would you say are like good times to like plan for?
I like early summer, like before 4th of July.
Yeah.
Because you're not really gonna run into too many weather problems or delays or anything like that, but you're not getting into the brutal heat anywhere yet.
Yeah.
And it's after that you're just competing with people going to the beach, and those, like, at least in LA, like all those free concerts and festivals and stuff, and it's, you never know when one's gonna pop up.
Yeah.
I think after Halloween and before Thanksgiving is a underrated window, because it's, again, you're going to get some weather, but it's, most of the time won't be too bad.
Yeah.
And it's, you still have a residual like hype from Halloween going, and like you haven't like dove fully into the holidays yet.
That's true. That seems like a really nice time, and I love the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you're out in a van, it's not too brutally hot for the most part.
Yeah. And it's not like the brutal winter.
Yeah. Like,
yes.
how many bands do we know they got stuck in Denver?
Many. We learned the hard way.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, there's certain regions, like MKAO did a East Coast tour in December, and we learned the hard way. Yes.
How was your week in Philadelphia?
What's see, exactly. Yep. We learn things where you're like, okay, this is when not to tour. This is, yeah. And you are human. You cannot beat the elements.
Yeah.
Yes.
It sucks if like your van breaks down and like you're not getting it fixed if it's somebody taking care of this, like, you know, like I've got some people come through who don't sort out accommodations for themselves. I was like, where are you sleeping?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you look at the writer, what are you eating? Like,
Yeah.
eat a vegetable, you will not die.
Yeah. I mean, it's especially if like artists are not used to touring.
Yeah, I don't care if you get sick after my show, but eat healthy before it.
Yes, exactly. Kind of important.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's a thing. I mean, staying healthy on the road is not easy. Like, yeah.
Tap in John Siren on this.
Oh, yes. John Siren knows the ways. This is how I learned to tour. It's true. So much wisdom from John Siren. I always bring the rice cooker and slow cooker because of John.
I had to give my rice cooker away because my kitchen wasn't big enough.
Oh.
Maybe the new place.
Yeah, maybe new place. Yes. I love having ours. It's like kind of a requisite. And the band's used to my cooking, so
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, very important. Do you ever cook for the bands, or do you just...
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, that'd be a lot.
I don't mind. I like going shopping for the hospitality stuff and like to see if I can, like I like buying local products and like here's some new juices or fruits or something that you guys would enjoy and
Yeah.
make your experience memorable here. But, you know, I'm not. Most of the time they don't want home cooked food like backstage, you know, sit back there at the crock pot. Like nobody wants that.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
like...
Most people don't want that.
Most people don't want that, though.
Yeah.
This is true. This is true.
It's usually just get in, eat something, do the show, and get out. Especially with how far apart the cities are
Yeah.
on the West Coast.
Yeah.
There's usually not a lot of time to hang out and have that like fresh cooked meal,
It's true.
like European style or whatever.
Yeah. No, it's interesting in different regions how there's pockets where it's like, I feel like, you know, if you're in the East Coast or in the Midwest, you can hit so many cities in a short amount of time. But
Yeah.
here on the West Coast, we're very spread apart for sure.
We're starting to get little pockets of scenes so people could play like kind of regional shows though. It's interesting. You know, like Palm Springs and Riverside and I mean Orange County's always been there, but that's always a mixed
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah. No, that's exciting.
Ventura.
That's exciting. I feel like that's actually probably opening up a lot more possibilities for artists, especially DIY artists, you know?
Yeah. Like if you're playing to 100 people in, you don't have to worry about radius clauses and cities being too far apart.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, LA in and of itself is so huge, but, you know, if you're just playing the one show in LA.
I've definitely seen people try and book like, hey, we're going to book Glendale and Santa Monica.
Yeah. Of course.
Spoiler alert, that did not go well.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, even though they're spread apart, but.
Yeah, I still get people all the time. Hey, yeah, we're playing Long Beach and we're gonna play downtown LA and then we're gonna play Hollywood. I'm like, no, you're not.
No, it's I do appreciate like how you are like have always been very giving with being willing to share your wisdom. You know, I feel like it's helped me a lot. I've learned
That's great
so
to hear.
much. Yeah, absolutely. Like you're always like so giving.
Well, no one wants to see anybody else make the same mistakes that I had to make or you had to make. You know, it's
Yeah.
if you can help nice, well-meaning people not do those,
Yeah.
makes you feel nice. It makes you feel like all the crap that we've gone through is somewhat worthwhile.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, okay, don't do these things
Yeah.
because these are mistakes I may have made myself.
Yeah, do not try and play a show on Halloween.
Oh, I did not know this was a thing. Okay, good to know.
On things like that, like people want to dress up and go out and party and dance to fucking the One Ministry song. They
Right.
don't want to watch a band. They don't
Yeah.
want to pay like ticket price. They want to be in costume. I actually went to a successful show on Halloween.
They were like, just prepare. And I was like, I wouldn't have thought about that.
Or like how Cold Waves was always like kind of like potentially lining up against Cubs games in Chicago. Like
Yeah. it's things that you wouldn't quite know, right? Yeah. We played a show in Seattle, and I guess there was like a Taylor Swift concert happening the same day. So people were warning us about the traffic. They
Yeah.
were like, just prepare yourself because it will take you much, much longer to get to where you're going.
Yeah,
So,
like be careful booking Sunday shows in LA during football season.
okay, this is good to know. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, besides like the shows coming up, like what's exciting for you this year?
Regarding the club, I'm just really excited to kind of like lay out our full history of like our legacy and cement that a little bit. Like I'm working on some other projects that I'm not sure if I don't want to talk about them because I'm not sure if they're coming through at this point because I've had some delays on them.
Yeah.
And it's but we're trying to do some things that definitely make our mark.
Yeah.
And it's like a perfect example of something I'd love to get done is there is no Das Mucker Wikipedia page. Every time we've ever tried to make one, it gets deleted.
Really?
We're mentioned on tons of bands. Like there's all the links. I don't know how to do it. It's
Okay. So this is the thing that needs to get fixed.
it's at the bottom of the list. It's on the
Okay.
list, but at the bottom.
Yes, yes. I really love birthdays, and I love that it's like reflection. You get a chance to like reflect, and I think that it's such a beautiful thing to be able to commemorate, your anniversary, like you were saying, like going through the history and.
I am booking some out of town DJ dates to try and like help spread the word of the celebration. So
Ooh.
book me.
Yes, yes.
Hit the DMs.
He's awesome.
I'm going to Vegas and Tucson in a couple weeks, and then
Ooh.
Atwater Village. Talking to Montreal and Chicago, maybe Europe.
Okay.
Just trying to go as many places as possible.
That's amazing. Are you gonna get to see Sam in Tucson?
Yes.
Yay. That's awesome. I love that you're spreading the wings. Are there any particular places that you would really love to go?
I'm really excited about going back to Chicago. Like I love Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago's amazing. Yeah, we
Tons of friends, great food,
yeah.
museums.
When are you going?
End of March.
Okay. So after the Covenant show.
Yeah, there's an event that I don't want to leak. That's not announced yet, but should be getting announced in the next week or so.
Gotcha.
I think if you're from Chicago and you know what happens at the end of March, like you probably know what I'm talking about, but I don't want to be the one who spills those details.
Well, I'm really excited. I feel like, I don't know, it's like there's a lot of really amazing things on deck for you this year.
Doing my best.
Yes. I feel like, I don't know, it's really inspiring. Just also a testament to just like leaning into what you're really passionate about,
That's a lot of it for me is just finding the parts that you can get really excited about and focusing on those and try to not have to do the parts that are dragging you down.
Yeah. I feel like that's gosh, I mean, I think if you sometimes do things because you think you're supposed to is when you get into trouble, right?
Yeah. Like for me personally, my least favorite thing is when you get solicited for a tour and they're like, hey, here are the 3 bands. Here's the artwork. Here's the ticket price. And have at it. Like you're not, there's nothing on my side that's creative. Like maybe that like they'll usually provide the music that they're going to play between songs, between acts too. Like there's nothing for me to do on the creative side. Like no art directing a flyer, or I like putting the lineups together, like picking the bands that make sense. And it's, if I can't do that, it's like not fun for me.
I think that's important, like really important. Yeah. I always love getting to collaborate with people that are really charged up about whatever it is that they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the same can be said within a band. Everyone needs to be charged up about it. Otherwise, it's sort of like, well, then why are we doing this, right? So.
Let the drummer have their solo.
Yes, the drummer needs their solo. It's true. More drum solos. I'll have to poke at John about that. It's funny because John is so not about the solos, but he's so amazing. Truly humble.
And if he doesn't want to do it, then
Yes, yes. But yeah. No, but I do feel like it's so important to just like really, if you look at a show or an event as kind of a co-collaboration, I feel like everybody wins in that way.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
fully agree.
Yeah. How,
Not my favorite, and it's usually just. I mean, it usually goes one of two ways. Either just like you don't do the thing that where the conflicts is going to be at, or you just both kind of like bite your tongue and proceed.
yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
In a perfect world, the audience will never know anything wiser, but it's just, sometimes you have to work an event with people who you don't really have, you don't get along with, and
Yeah.
vice versa.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's inevitable. You will always, and at some point, bump heads or, have to deal with people that are bumping heads and just figuring out how to navigate that. So, yeah. But,
We're not to it.
what is that? Yeah. But I feel like it's like for the most part though, like when you're really, working with people that are really passionate about what they do and they love what they do, that inevitably there's going to be a lot of joy in the room,
Yeah.
you know?
But that passion is also sometimes when the conflicts come in, because people's passion, extends into
There's a strong vision and there sometimes can be two very strong visions.
Yes.
Yes.
too many cooks is the. You want to have somebody who's leading the ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one might not be better than the other, or you might, even choosing the second best idea, it's to have a cohesive idea is better than merging two ideas together, in my opinion.
Yeah. We talked about this before the stream, but I really love that is your like role in Das Bunker, is that you are a creative director, you know.
It's my favorite part of it.
I love it. I love it. But those of you here, please come check out the incredible Das Bunker events that John puts together. They are
March 13th with Covenant. Let's do it.
It's going to be awesome.
And Moon 17.
And Moon 17, which we love.
Yeah, come early for them.
Yes, yes, yes. They're so good. So yeah, hopefully we will see y'all there. And John,